Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato random nightmare run, where we take a random character, random weapon, on a random map, and try to beat nightmare mode with it. Hope you're all doing well. Let's see what we've got today. We have the Wildling. Wildling, actually a surprisingly difficult character in nightmare mode, I think. This character, not being able to level your weapons past 2 is a real penalty, and the way that the character works just gives you not quite enough damage in the end game. 30% lifesteal is obviously great. Let's roll into a weapon we're using. We're using Quarterstaff. That will be a pretty powerful weapon as well, and getting extra levels should help give us more defensive and offensive stats, which will make up for not being able to level our weapons. Also, the fact that Quarterstaff scales off of levels is pretty helpful. I'm going to roll here. I'm looking for harvesting. When we're using Quarterstaff, we want to level up, of course, because it scales off of our character level. Recycle the stick. This is a random weapon challenge, so we're getting rid of the other starting weapons. And then I'm banning both of these things. We're on the Abyss, so I think I will lock Corrupted Shard. We'll probably want to build Curse. Okay, I do need to find another Quarterstaff eventually. Found a second one. Okay, good. We got at least 2 more. That's what I was really worried about. On the Wildling, it's not as bad to be unable to level your weapons as on other characters, because there's only so many weapon levels you need on this character. You can't level them past 2, so you just don't need as many copies of a weapon as other characters do, but you still don't want to spend a bunch of money re-rolling on nothing. I'm just going to take the 5 attack speed here. Quarterstaff attacks really slowly, so you want to build attack speed. Okay, well, we got a level 2 staff, and I guess we hit a level 1 and 2, so a little bit of rough luck in the first chop there, but more than made up for by the second chop, which found us all the weapons that we were looking for. Now, one way that you can improve your weapons past getting them all to level 2 on this character is by cursing them. So playing on the Abyss, I think, will typically be a little bit easier for the Wildling. We have 30% lifesteal, but we're still going to buy regeneration. Oh, any chance I get this? I don't think so. Yeah, it just had too much health. I probably shouldn't have gone for it. I'll take 5 luck here, and then we'll take 6 movement speed because it's a level 2 upgrade. We'll buy these things, and I'll buy the Corrupted Shard as well, and then just go straight to wave 4. Yeah, going for that loot alien, I think, was a mistake. Our attack speed is low, our damage output is not yet high, because we haven't built any melee damage, and we haven't leveled up that much. Definitely want to get both the curse aliens, of course, and alright, this loot alien I think we should be able to get, although it did run exactly the wrong way for me to be able to kill it easily, but we did get it. Here I'm just taking 10% attack speed so we can try to actually kill stuff, and then I'm going to roll. I'm looking for a level 2 upgrade if we can get one. I missed twice, but I'll just take 5% damage because I need that as well. I'll buy Quarterstaff and Scar. Celery Tea, I don't think you should ever buy in Nightmare mode. It just makes the wave too difficult, so we're just going to ban it here, and then we'll lock a Scar, but we'll upgrade Quarterstaff first. And then I'm going to roll, looking to lock another staff. I missed, but Propeller Hat and Bag are both great finds as well. Scar, of course, is great with Quarterstaff. Going to get us more character levels, which will increase our weapon damage. I just stopped myself in the middle of that sentence because I realized halfway through saying it that I had been about to say it'll get us more character levels, which will increase our character level. The healers, and especially when buffed, are really dangerous here. And although we're on the Abyss, where it's a little easier to play melee characters on the Abyss, it's still pretty dangerous just being a melee character at all, especially when we're reliant on lifesteal. for our healing at the moment. And the vampire squids are going to be something that we're going to have to be really wary of. We'll lock the Lost Duck here and then go to the next wave. I just need to find 2 more total weapon levels, either 2 level 1 staffs or a level 2, in order to max out our weapon set, aside from potential cursed items, obviously. Quarterstaff is also a weapon that you really want to level because the damage scaling from XP goes up and your experience gain goes up, so it helps improve its own damage more as you level it. Once again, just short of being able to kill that thing. I'll take the 6 dodge here, going up to 12 dodge. When you start with 3 more armor, an incredible find. Going up to 10 armor this early is great. When you have a medieval weapon and start with dodge, I think you usually want to build dodge when it shows up reasonably efficiently. In a pass on the fresh meat, we already have 30% lifesteal. What I'm interested in is regen, because I don't want to rely purely on lifesteal for this character. So I will take regeneration as we see it. We actually haven't been offered very much, but we have been offered a bunch of solid economy items, so I can't complain too much. The Wildling, of course, doesn't have a problem with the early game. In the early game, you're just a normal character, but with 30% lifesteal. And using, by definition, a pretty good weapon, because all of the primitive weapons are pretty solid. It's the late game, once the fact that you can't level your weapons starts to catch up with you a bit, that the character can become challenging. There's a tree in the top left there, but I'd have to give up too many enemy kills to go after it, I think. Here, we'll just take 3 more armor, and then I'll take 12% damage, just taking the level 3 upgrades. I'll buy Baby Gecko and Loot Worm, and then I'll roll here, saving my last band for a reroll. Ratzilla, I'm going to take. The Wildling can really use pets, because the downside of this character is that your weapon damage is somewhat limited. I'm also not going to lock the level 2 Quarterstaff. We'll find a level 1 Quarterstaff eventually. So things like Pets, or Cute Monkey, or Alien Eyes, or rather, Pets or Baby Elephant or Alien Eyes, non-weapon sources of damage can be pretty powerful for this character. And pets are usually the best way to get non-weapon sources of damage, because things like Baby Elephant tend to be fairly inefficient. But if we see a bunch of rats, if we see a bonk dog, we'll take that as well. I'm also not too worried about building melee damage. We will build it if we see like a mastery or a +6 damage against nothing much in the level up screen. But our weapon damage should mostly scale off of just leveling our character. So I'm not too worried about building melee damage, just trying to make sure that we have the defensive stats to stay alive. And then the weapon will carry itself. We'll take the injection here. I'll keep taking armor, and we'll keep taking dodge when they show up. And then we'll buy these items. We'll roll. Fairy, obviously an amazing find for any character that wants regen, or pretty much any character in general. And we'll buy the Dangerous Bunny, take our reroll here, and lock a 3rd bag. Also an incredible thing to find early. There were 2 level 1 items there that would have been a regen for the fairy, but I think that would have been too much to lock either of those. So this is the first taste of the enemies that, if we lose this run, this is what's going to get me, the vampire squids. For melee characters, these are really challenging. They fire a lot of projectiles, they have a huge amount of health, they move really quickly. Super dangerous enemy. The more that I play Nightmare Mode, the more I find that it's them and the enhanced spitters on Crash Zone that are the enemies I'm actually most afraid of. The other, like, new enemies do have their scary points, but it's the ones that just fire a million projectiles that you really have to worry about. Take the luck here, and then I definitely need more attack speed. Our attack speed is terrible. We'll pick up all of these, and then we can ban Coral, get a reroll, which is what we were looking for. I could take the Butterfly. I have 30 lifesteal, so lifesteal isn't as important, but it's a lot more attractive when it comes with a regeneration as well. And I'm going to wait one more time to try to find a level 1 Quarterstaff and not have to sell and then buy to save some money. If we don't find a level 1, the next level 2 that we see, I'll just go ahead and buy, because otherwise I'm losing out too much. But so far, I would say this is going very well. I mean, any run where you find 2 level 3 armor upgrades is gonna be a good run. So, hard to go wrong there. Let our loot worm go kill that tree. And then at the end of this wave, there's gonna be a big group of walruses that come after you, so you have to be pretty careful of those, especially because our damage isn't yet high enough to kill them. I'm going to take Small Fish and Lumberjack Shirt. Those, of course, give me regen now, and then I'll take the level 3 HP upgrade. If we had 20 more dodge, I would take the dodge over the HP, because the more dodge you have, the better each point of dodge is. But given that we only have 20 dodge, I just want more health. Or if I had more health, I might have taken the dodge, even though it was a lower level upgrade. We'll take the Butterfly here, of course, and then I will roll, and I did find a level 1 Quarterstaff, so that was nice as well. Do I want the Cyber Ball? We have 48 luck. I think I will buy the Cyber Ball. I'm going to pass on the Snail. We can't buy a Quarterstaff. Capping my move speed at 3 is definitely on the low side. On the other hand, the regen is great, and the range is actually relevant for this character, so I think I'm just going to buy it, and we'll pass on the Tractor here. This character has a lot of economy naturally by virtue of just getting 30 lifesteal for free. That's, you know, thousands of materials worth of stats. So you don't actually need to buy economy as much on the Wildling. And then we also have an improved economy as well because we're using Quarterstaff, so we're leveling up more quickly. So items like Tractor that trade damage for economy, short-term damage for long-term gain, are less attractive, pun intended, on this run than they would be in other runs. So basically, at this point, I think all I need is just dodge and attack speed. Those are the stats that we care about the most. More armor, of course, would be great. Consumable healing would be incredibly important as well. That's something that we could really use. But just enough dodge that we can consistently tank incoming damage, and enough attack speed that we can actually use our lifesteal is what we're looking for. Similarly, we're getting rid of the metal detector there, and here I'm going to take the dodge over the armor. We have 20 armor and 27 dodge. The more dodge you have, the better dodge is. The more armor you have, the better dodge is. So once you have a lot of both stats, you're much more incentivized to start buying dodge there. I mean, I'll keep building lifesteal as it shows up, and we'll take the mouse, of course. We'll take ritual as it shows up on items that are otherwise great. I'll buy the charcoal here. The melee damage is okay. We get 65% scaling, but we also get a regen, and then we'll take gambling token, because again, we want to get to dodge cap quickly. All right, a cursed enhanced hatcher. This is a real terrifying enemy. They have, of course, a ton of health, and we're not yet very good at killing these high health single target enemies. Now, because I have 20 armor and 30 plus dodge. I'm a little better at just running at it and surviving, but that's definitely the sort of enemy that we're really going to struggle with, and that on top of elites can be a real challenge for us going into the later game. Making very good money this wave, though, I have to say. 600 materials. Weird ghosts, you usually don't want to take in the late game on Nightmare mode. Now, I do have 23 regeneration. It's not a darkness wave. I'd be more inclined to take it if it was a darkness wave. I do want the HP, and it gives me a regen for fairy. I think we can get away with the weird ghost there. Coil is damage neutral. It brings my knockback back up to 0, but I'd rather just take 40 materials, and then I will take the percent damage. I'm going to take the dodge here. The attack speed would also be really good, but I do just want more dodge. And then we're going to buy up to 53 dodge. Glass cannon, I'm still going to pass on. I'll take the broken mouth. It's regen neutral and gives me an HP. And then we'll buy the ritual. Injection I will take. I need more percent damage, and then I'm going to roll a bit more. Plant is a great find as well, because we have the weird ghost, so any healing that I can get is really important. For 25, do I want to reroll? Not really. Do I want to buy Frozen Heart? Also not really. The amount of damage we get is very minimal. The crit chance is kind of wasted on Quarterstaff, because you only get 1.5x crit damage. So I think we're just going into the next wave. Kind of a rough shop for us, to be honest. We got not that much in the way of new power. Did get a dodge there, which was pretty important as well. I'm gonna clear the pufferfish while I can easily avoid their attacks. And then our rat killed the blobfish, which was rude of it, because it meant that the lampreys ran at me while I was kind of navigating the pufferfish attacks. But mostly the important thing here is to make sure that we kill the Stargazer Tower. We can easily outpace or kill the buffed Stargazer. It's not one of the enhanced ones, so I just wanted to make sure that there was no chance of that thing hatching. Cursed Hatcher again, always a dangerous prospect, but with really high dodge and really high healing, we should be able to just run into the middle of these enemies. And here we'll take the 6 dodge, going up to 59 dodge. I will want one more point, if at all possible, in order to reach dodge cap, but that's still pretty good here. I'm going to re-roll this. Goblet would be okay, but we already have really good healing on this character, just naturally. And we'll take the Pearl, we'll take the Corrupted Shard, and then we'll go to wave 14 here. 0 cursed items in the shop so far. We've been building a lot of curse as well. So you can see that the buffed enemies are already starting to be a little scary, and in later waves there are more of those. So that's something that we definitely have to pay attention to. The enemies that charge past us, given our relatively low damage and very slow attack speed, are hard for this character to handle. They just run past me, and I don't have the damage to clear them in time. I did get that loot alien kill, which was pretty important. How is my weapon attack speed? Yeah, I think we do want the ball and chain. We obviously would love to get enough attack speed that we attack faster than the ball and chain minimum, but that just doesn't seem that likely at this point. I'll take the bonk dog. I'll take the shady potion. Do I want a book? Not really. It's 1 regen, but other than that, it doesn't really do anything. I currently still have 0 consumable heal. I will take a black flag. So do I want Alien Worm when it gives 3 regen? I think I'm going to pass on it. It's just so rough. I do want 1 more dodge, but Gambling Token is not the way to do it when it costs an armor and is also very expensive. I don't think we're likely to be planning to kill the elite, but with the bonk dog, we have a slightly better chance, I think. So I am going to try my damage against it. But, okay, I let an egg hatch one of the enhanced slashers, so we're giving up on the elite kill because I let that egg hatch. With this character, killing elites can often be a challenge, and given that we had with your lower level weapons, and given that we really have not been able to build much attack speed in this run, and haven't leveled as much as you might like on a quarterstaff run either. Our damage against high health single targets is pretty bad, so we're just going to play it safe and run away from the elite. Always important to decide whether you can fight an elite or not. We just got offered double Blaze Mander there. I'm going to reroll here. I'll take 3 armor. We finally found a cursed item, but it's a weapon that isn't the one we're using. Do I want the dynamite? It gives me a regen and a curse for 68. I think that's okay, actually. And then I will roll here. Now we're getting all these cursed items. They're just not really good for us. And we'll take a cursed cake. That's the first on-theme cursed item. We'll definitely take another alien magic. You can see there, the cursed enhanced vampire squids are very frightening for this character. They just do so much damage. They're fast. They have a shockingly high amount of health. I also let a mini-boss spawn there. And then I stomped it spawn. I didn't think I was standing on the red X, but apparently I was. And that made that harder as well, because then it spawned in a different location. And I had to go chase it down because they fire so many projectiles, you can't really leave them alive. Fortunately, we are very tanky at this point, so we're surviving fairly well. I'll take the Blood Leech here. I'll take the Whistle, mostly for the regeneration. Attack speed, so important. Buy the alien magic. I don't really need any of these items anymore. Bottom Mine is a pretty small amount of damage, so I'm going to pass on it, and I'll take the Octopus. Blood Leech at full health I'm not going to buy, but Adrenaline I will, for sure. This pushes me over dodge cap, and, of course, gives us a lot of healing, potentially. I will also take the Insanity. No, because I'm buying the Octopus, so I'm lowering my crit chance. I was thinking, even at 1.5x damage on our Quarterstaffs, we have 3 pets who also benefit from crit chance, and our base damage is getting high enough that 1.5x is still a meaningful damage increase, but we can't buy crit chance if we're buying the Octopus, because we're lowering it by 8, so we just wouldn't get any positive value out of buying the Insanity, and the 1 regen is not worth losing 3 damage and spending a bunch of money for. Alright, so where is the loot alien? It's in the center here. Starting to take a lot of damage. I need to get a bunch of dodges, pick up some consumables, hope that the adrenaline can carry me, but these enemies have a lot of health and a lot of damage output. I let way too many mini-bosses spawn. Honestly, very badly played wave by me. Fortunately, the build kind of carried me. We were able to survive, but I did not do that one very well. I'm just going to take 4 armor to, again, make things a little easier, to prevent ourselves from dying. We'll buy a corrupted shard. I guess I'll take fresh meat. No, I don't really need that. Pearl is 6% damage, which is actually worth it, and we'll take another cute monkey, because even more healing is still good. Alright, so this elite is probably one of the harder ones for us. This character actually does not want to stand still, which is how you avoid getting hit by this elite, but because our damage output isn't high enough to stop enemies from getting on top of us easily, standing still would be too dangerous. I do think we will have the damage to kill the elite here. Gotta clear this mini-boss, not let another one spawn if I can, but unfortunately I did. So I think we're just going to try to kill the boss here and use the full heal. It should hit... We should be able to kill the boss right about when our health starts getting low, judging by kind of the incoming damage, and then we can use the full heal to survive the end of the wave, hopefully. Like the last few seconds of the wave. And then I'll run over there, grab the red crate, and that plan worked perfectly. Take the lemonade. I'll take another octopus, and then we'll buy these items and roll. I'll buy a banner, more attack speed, very important. Community support will actually help a lot because we're leaving a lot of enemies alive. And then I'll take the lantern as well. It does cost me 3 regen, but the knockback, or the damage and range are both pretty helpful, I think, for wave 20. Maybe I don't want the lantern. Thinking about it a little more. But that, I think, was a good example of why this character can sometimes struggle in the late game. Not being able to level our weapons meant that a normal character with this economy would have been able to win that wave very easily by just killing the elite early. And having the damage to clear everything else. This character, we had to tank instead, which obviously is totally viable, and we've built the character to be able to do that. But the Wildling just requires a slightly different attitude towards how you play it than most other characters. I heard the loot alien. I have no idea where it spawned, or maybe if our pets killed it, or I got it in the confusion here. I'm going to recycle that. We have minus 16 crit chance, so no point in doing that. We'll take 4 armor and 15 attack speed. Incredible. I'm definitely buying community support. Do I want the lantern? It's 10% damage. We have 108% though, so I think we're actually passing on the lantern. I'll take the claw tree. It gives me regen and the melee damage and crit chance. Well, the melee damage is okay, I guess. Riposte. We have such low melee damage, it just doesn't do anything, even with 60 dodge here, unfortunately. So I think we're just buying these 2 items, and then I'll reroll for fun. I would definitely have liked the helmet, but let's see if we can get the win against the bosses. I'm probably going to have to tank and try to survive the bosses instead of trying to kill them. Our damage is keeping up okay. I might be able to at least get one of them, since I've chipped away at it a bit here, and one of my bonk dogs is locked onto it, which is pretty solid damage as well. But as the wave gets later, I need to make sure that I'm clearing the enhanced Stargazer towers. Otherwise, that's going to be too many really high health enemies. So I think we're probably going to have to give up on killing the bosses here. We were close, just needed a little bit more in the way of damage output. If we'd gotten like a bean teacher or something and had a little more XP, then we'd have been okay. But as is, we're just trying to survive the chaos until the end of this wave. The adrenaline is doing tremendous work for us. That's part of why we won this run. Honestly, I probably didn't play this run too well. I took a lot of damage, but I feel like we should have been stronger, given that the start that we had with triple scar, triple bag. So I'm going to look at what items maybe missed the mark. Treasure map gave me 4 items. Even though we bought a lot of luck and had triple bag, 750 is a pretty low result there. Maybe we didn't need the loot worm, but it did give me 160 materials, so it can't be too bad. The cyber ball was probably a mistake. These non-weapon sources of damage just consistently disappoint. Ball and chain, yeah, we didn't hit the minimum, so I didn't like overbuy attack speed or anything for the ball and chain. Although community support, I guess, just got us to the minimum, so maybe the community support wasn't as impactful. I had fully forgotten that I bought Ball and Chain when I bought the community support. Black Flag was good, and the Blood Leech maybe we didn't need. The Whistle at the end we maybe didn't need. But yeah, I think, I mean, obviously we weren't in that much danger of losing the run, so I can't criticize myself too much. And the goal of these random weapon challenges is, of course, to win. So happy that I did that. But not being able to kill the bosses at the end there did kind of surprise me, so I wanted to go through and see what I maybe could have changed. Looking at these items, though, nothing really stands out as a particularly bad pickup. We bought a lot of items for Fairy. We maybe went a little more defensively and could have erred on the side of damage more, but then we'd have been in more danger. So honestly, I think this run was played reasonably well, and the Wildling just does struggle killing elites and bosses. All right, my friends, hope that you enjoyed this run, and of course, if you have, then feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.